Hello everyone, welcome to the Flutist Programmer, where code and music meet creativity. And today, I'm going to show you how can you build a movie search app. So if you don't know what to watch and you want to look for specific movies, this is the right application for you. If you like the video and you want to see more tutorials like this, don't forget that you can help me by hitting the like button, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Also, if you have any questions, don't forget that you can make a post on the comment section and I will be more than happy to assist you. Before we dive into the coding session, I'm going to give you a light demo of how that looks like. So in this way you know what you are going to be building with me. This application is going to be very exciting. Let's go to the monitor. The app that we are going to be building today is a movie search app, and I'm going to explain you how the app is structured. First, we have here the title that says movie search app with an icon next to it. Then we have here two links. The one is home and then is favorites. And then we have here a search button and a button that says search. So basically we are going to search for a movie here. Let's put, for example, the Matrix movies, which are very popular. Then let's just click on search or enter. As you see here, we are going to get different matches for the word that we put here on the search bar. First, we can also open a specific card of each movie so we can see more details of the movie. As you see here, we have the title of the movie, the changer, the director, the actors, and the plot that is like a small, I would say, description of what is the movie about. If we want, we can also add the movies to favorites. So let's add a couple of movies to favorites. So first one, this one here, let's click on add to favorites. And this will be popping an alert model that says already in favorites, okay? And this is because I previously added, so I'm just going to add a new one. So for example, let's say the video here, video game, add to favorites, good. And then what I can just do is go to the favorites here, that is at the top right. And then as you see here, it has already some movies that I previously added. But if, for example, maybe I just don't want to have them anymore here, I can just click on the X that you see at the top right on each card that is on red, and I can just get them removed from the favorites page. So, for example, let's remove all the Matrix movies. If I go back and then just go to favorites, you will see that now I'm just have the hair here. So let's try then to look for another movie. So let's see, for example, let's put American Pie, for example. And here we have all the parts of American Pie. If you see here, if I scroll down, we start to have like a button here that is for scroll to the top. So we have here smooth scroll to the top of the app, and also we have in this case responsiveness. So if I switch to movie resolution, you will see here that everything is working fine. And if I want also to scroll to the top, I can do it. And if I want to click on any of the movies to get specifics about what is the movie about, I can use, and then it will be also opening the model. So this is all the app that we are going to be building today. I hope that you guys like it, and let's jump right now to the coding session. Let's start by creating the folder where we are going to be working on today's lesson. As you see here, I already created the folder. The name is going to be movie-app. And then let's proceed to open the code editor of our choice. I'm using Visual Studio Code on the browser, in this case, Google Chrome. Okay, so I already have the folder of the project open here. So let's proceed to create the necessary files that we need. The first one is going to be index.html. Second one is going to be styles.css. Third one is going to be script.js. Now we are going to be working on another page. So let's create another page that is going to be favorites.html. And then we are going to create a CSS and a JavaScript file with the same name. So let's create favorites.css, and the last one, favorites.js. Excellent. So now let's go to the index.html, and as you know, let's use the exclamation mark and then tap on element abbreviation to generate the dot type. I'm going to scroll this a little bit, move it to the left to have more space here, and let's proceed to make a right click and then open with live server to get the changes here on real time. Okay, so let's start by changing the title of our page. In this case, it's going to be movie search app. Excellent. Then we are going to reference the style sheet. So let's put here a link tag. And we want to reference the styles.css. Then let's start by going to the body here. And in the body, we are going to open a tag that is for header. Inside of the header, we are going to put an H1. Here, I'm going to put movie search app. And I'm going to copy and paste an icon that I have here. All the icons that I'm using here are from the website of Emojipedia. So if you look for here, Emojipedia, you can look for them here. So for example, if I type here movie, you'll see that we have some icons here. So yeah, up to you the icons that you want to use. So yeah, then let's proceed to create a nav here because we are going to have a navigation. So we need nav options. The first one is going to be an A tag. The href is going to be for index.html. And we are going to set a class of active. And the content is going to be home. The second one is going to be referencing to the other page that we created, that is going to be favorites.html. We are not going to assign any class here, and we are going to set a content that says favorites with a heart icon that I have here. I'm just going to copy and paste. Excellent. Then once we get done with the header, I'm going to create another div next to it that is going to have a class of search box. Then inside of the div of search box, I'm going to create an input type text. I want to set an ID that is going to be movie input. As you know, we always set the IDs because we are going to get the values throughout JavaScript when we get to that part. We want a placeholder that is going to say search for a movie and then 3 dots. Good. And I also want to put here the autocomplete off because I don't want to get suggestions of the content that I want to type. After this, I'm going to set a button. The button is going to have another ID that is going to be search btn, and then here we say search as the content of the button. Good. So once we get done with the default search box, we are going to open another one. Let's open another one div here, and this div is going to have an ID of movie container. Here is where we are going to be injecting all the movie matches once we look out by using the search input. So, and also I want to have here a class of movie container. Good. Next to this, I want to set another div that is going to have class of pagination because we are going to have pagination. As you guys may guess, the paginations are the numbers that you can see at the bottom when you want to be going from one page to another one. So let's put here a button. The ID is going to be prep page, that is referencing to the previous page. This is going to be disabled. And here I have some icons, so I'm just going to copy and paste in order to be using them for the previews, as you see here. Excellent. Then I want an span here. The span is going to have an ID that says page info, and I want to set a content of page 1. This is a value that we are going to be changing throughout JavaScript. Then I want another button that will be for the next page. So let's put here the ID of next page on camel case. And then this is going to be disabled too. And I want to be content of next with the arrow pointing to forward. So As you see here, this is the opposite. Excellent. So yeah, then I want to, once we get done with the ID of pagination, with the div container of pagination, I want to have a button here that is going to be for scroll to top. So let's put here ID of scroll to scroll top btn. Let's put here a title that says go to top, and then I want to set the icon of the arrow pointing to the top as we have here. Excellent. And then I want to set a modal that we are going to be using for opening the movie details. So let's open a div here. This div is going to have an ID of movie modal. Good. Then I want to set a class of modal. Inside of this modal, I'm going to create another div that is going to have the class of modal content. Inside of this one, we are going to be creating a span. The span is going to have an ID of close modal. And then here I'm going to be using the times to be referencing the X. Good. Then here next to this, I want to open another div. This div is going to have the class of modal inner. Inside of this modal inner, we are going to be declaring other elements. So let's put another div here. This div is going to have the class of modal left. And here on modal left, we are going to set an image. So let's put here an image. The source by this time is going to be empty, but we are going to set an ID. So let's put here an ID of modal poster, because here we are going to be showing the image of the movie that we are referencing or that we have previously selected. Then on the modal right, that is going to be next to the div of modal left. Let's put here another div, and let's set the class here of modal right. In the modal right, I'm going to set an ID of modal details. As you may be guessing, this is where we are going to be showing all the details of the movies. Okay, so now that we have that, we got done with the div of the modal. And the next thing that we are missing, as always, before closing the body is that we need to call the script.js. So let's open here a script tag, and then I'm going to set a source to be referencing to the script.js that we have on the root location. Excellent. So now let's jump to the favorites.html, because we are going to be covering first the HTML structure, then we are going to be passing through the styles, in this case for the index.html as well as the favorites.html, and for the last is where we are going to be covering all the in this case the interaction or the events that are going to be related to the JavaScript. In this case, the first one is going to be script.js for the index.html, and then the favorites.js, that is for the favorites.html. So let's go right now to the favorites.html here. Let's generate again the exclamation and then ML abbreviation to be using the type structure here. Let's also set here right click and open with live server to get here. Excellent. And now we are going to proceed to code here on the favorites.html. Let's proceed to change the title for the tab for the page. In this case, let's put favorites movie search app. Okay. Then here below this, we are going to be referencing also a CSS, but for this one is going to be the favorites.css. Good. Then for the body here, I want to open a header tag. The header tag inside is going to have an h1 for the heading, and here I want to put my favorite movies, and I want also to be referencing the heart icon that we used previously on the index.html. Good. Next to this, I want to open a main tag with the ID. The ID is going to be favorites container. And then I want also a class that is going to be the same, favorites container. Okay, so let's put here favorites container. Yeah, let me just copy and paste to avoid spelling issues. Okay, good. Yeah, once we get done with the main, I'm going to open a button. For the button, I want to have a class of go back. So let's put here go back, hyphen go back. And then I want to set an event for on click. And here for the on click, I want to set window.location.href. And we are going to be referencing to the index.html. Good. And here we are going to say on the content back to search. And for the last, before closing the body, I'm going to be calling the favorites.js. So let's open a script tab here. And in the source, I'm going to be referencing to the favorites.js. So if I go now to back to search, you will see that we just went back to the index.html. So let's jump now to the CSS part, and we are going to start by giving some styles on the index.html.